Hi, am I on the air?
Yep.
Fuck.
Thanks.
Do I have everybody's attention now? Do I have everybody's attention now?
Don, I got you.
Do I have everybody's
Sunday
attention
night.
now?
You put them cameras on me, then you must be willing to get that heart touch. This a must-see feeling. The news ain't good, then it must be villain. So I say a tag grounded, I don't trust these ceilings. Spread across your nose, and I'm on your ear. Highest necks on the cloud. Am I in the air? Sunday nights, prime time. I flex mine better. Voltron transform to DX Don. Mega and obscene. You probably think I'm nice, cause I slow like a stream to your wireless device. And the smoke full of steam on any given night. I'll short like a piece of any given slice. And for the latest and what is best about, I tune in and tune the rest out, Don. You gotta tell them, am I in the clear? Is this thing on? Am I on the air? On the air?
Well, what is going down, everybody? Welcome to a special Labor Day edition of Am I on the Air? It's a holiday edition. What is going on, everybody? I'm your host, Don Mega. And, yeah, welcome, everybody. It's September 1st, 2014. Today's episode, it's Season 9, Episode 4. That's what you get. That's what you get. And if you don't know what That's What You Get is from, it is from a hilarious movie called Let's Be Cops. Yes, I finally saw it, and I will have that review for you tonight, along with the review of Sin City, A Dame to Kill For. It's been a couple weeks. Well, it's been a little over a week since, no, it's been about 2 weeks since I posted the last episode. And, I was going to do it last night on our normally scheduled Sunday night. But I was off from work today, and I figured, you know what, let me get a good night's sleep on Sunday, and then be able to crank out a real good episode on Monday, fresh-faced, middle of the day, not have to record the show at 11 or 12 o'clock at night, and get this done for you. So, let's do it. Am I on the air? Ready to rock. Got a lot of news to get through, so bear with us. We'll get you completely up to speed. Not much stuff going on today, of course, for Labor Day, so there's not going to be too much to go into. I was thinking, I got an extra day's worth of news to get you, but that's not going to happen today on top of that. Well, let's get it cracking with some reviews. Up first is going to be Sin City, A Dame to Kill For. And, I was kind of iffy on going to see this movie, because I wasn't a very big fan of the first one. If you listen to the People's Forum, that was on a special episode he did of the history of comic book films, and when we talked about the first Sin City, I was kind of like, I wasn't too overly thrilled with it. I've only seen it one time, and I saw it when it came out, and I just wasn't that big of a fan. It looked like something I would totally be into. Unfortunately, it just didn't turn out that way. But I thought the trailer for the sequel looked pretty good. Going into it, though, I read a bunch of reviews that were like, if you didn't like the first one, you're not going to like the second one. And that kind of bummed me out, because I was excited to see the second one. But I still gave it a whirl. Saw it in 3D, which was the recommendation. And I will say I'm glad I saw it in 3D, because I thought the 3D was phenomenal. It really popped for this kind of green screen movie, the way that they did it. So that was a big, big plus for it. Just like the first film, it does kind of 4 little mini short stories. 3 of them are prequels to the first Sin City movie, and 1 is a sequel featuring Jessica Alba. Her storyline kind of continues after the original Sin City movie. So it was really cool to see the little mini stories again. I gotta tell you, I actually enjoyed this one. I'm not gonna say I loved it. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna run out and buy it when it comes out, but I thought it was pretty enjoyable. A lot more than I remember feeling with the first movie, which walking out of this one made me feel like maybe I should go back and watch the first movie again. And I think it is on Netflix, so I might go back and watch it. Because maybe just things have changed in movie making style. Because I know how much the first one's beloved, and I didn't really like it, but I like this one. So I'm kind of like, maybe I need to go back and check that one out again. So I might do that. The four stories were pretty cool. Joseph Gordon-Levitt's story was really cool. Josh Brolin steps in for Clive Owen's character, takes over his, which is the true Dame to Kill for storyline of Eva Green. Side note, Eva Green, whew, she is a Dame to Kill for in this movie. And yes, my friends, she is nude. She's way nude several times in this film. So that's a big plus. And no, Jessica Alba does not get nude. Once again, she plays a stripper that never gets naked. So to be kind of the talk of the town, because everybody loves Nancy, she never gets naked. It's a pretty shitty stripper in my eyes. But anyway, I would expect nothing less from Jessica Alba. So, there's not too much I can get into the story without going into spoiler territory. So I'm just going to say, if you enjoyed the first movie, I definitely think you should check this one out. Although, it might be hard to get to the theater and see it, because literally we are on its second week of release, and it's already out of the top 10. That's pretty insane in this day and age. In its opening weekend, which was last weekend, it was number 8 out of the top 10, only bringing in $5 million. Now, just to kind of set a comparison up, the first Sin City movie opened in 2005 to $28 million. 28. This movie opened to 5 in 2014. So, a little sign of too little, too late, maybe. A lot of people that were fans maybe felt it just took way too damn long. I expected this to be the number 1 movie of the weekend and make at least $20 million, and I can't believe it was number 8 with only $5 million. And this weekend's box office, not even in the top 10 anymore. So this thing has completely bombed and fizzled. It's already topped out in the theaters at $10 million. That is one of the biggest bombs of the summer, because this movie is estimated to have cost between $60 to $70 million to make. So I would not be looking for Sin City 3 unless they do it animated, maybe comic book style. The direction is great. Once again, it's Robert Rodriguez with Frank Miller. It definitely has that same tone and flow and vibe of the original film. And like I said, if you like the original, I say check it out if you can find it. But at this point, you might as well wait 2 more months and watch it on demand through your VOD. Out of 5 stars, I gave Sin City a Dame to Kill for 3.5 out of 5. And the only reason it even got that half star was because of Eva Green. she almost deserved a whole star just by herself, but we went ahead and gave her a half. So 3.5 out of 5 for Sin City, a Dame to Kill for. Alrighty, so our next film is going to be Let's Be Cops. Now, if you listened to our last show, I had planned to review Let's Be Cops on the last episode, and unfortunately could not. My wife ended up getting sick when we were going to go see it, and so it got canceled. And then this past weekend, when I did not end up doing a show, I did not get another opportunity to go see it again. So 3rd week's a charm. Finally made it to go see it, and I loved it. Loved it. It was worth the wait. And I'm so glad I finally got an opportunity to see this in the theater. Oh my God. This was a movie that the trailer came out, and I laughed my ass off at the trailer. And I was like, man, if this movie is even a 10th of as funny as this trailer is, this is going to be a great film. And I was just hoping. I'd read some mixed reviews. Some people were like, oh, this movie's hilarious. Other people were like, all the good parts are in the trailer. And so that made me a little worried, I can't lie. It's really hard with comedies. I mean, that's the Hangover 3 effect right there. All the best parts in the trailer. And I was afraid of that happening again. Luckily, that was not the case. This movie's main stars are Jake Johnson and Damon Wayans Jr. And if you watch New Girl over on Fox, those 2 guys are on New Girl. So I already knew they were going to have great chemistry together. And boy, did they. They play best friends. Jake Johnson basically is this loser type guy who doesn't have a job. He just kind of lives off the money he got from doing a herpes commercial. And Damon Wayans Jr.'s character, which what I thought was kind of cool, was that they actually played his character really straight. He's the guy, he works for a video game company. He's very straight edge. He was really the straight character in the comedy, when usually you have 2 characters in a buddy comedy. One is usually the crazy over-the-top guy, and the other one is like the straight man. And if you kind of watch the trailers and stuff, and even if you just see this on paper, you think that Jake Johnson's going to be more of the straight edge guy, and that Damon Wayans Jr. was going to be the over the top crazy guy. And you know what? They didn't play it to that chemistry. They flipped it around. Damon Wayans Jr. got to play the straight edge kind of character, and Jake Johnson was the one that was like the way over the top crazy guy. So, if you've seen the trailer, you understand that they go to a costume party, and they decide to dress up as cops. And the only reason that they even have these cop uniforms is because I told you Damon Wayans Jr. character works for a video game company, and the game that he designs is called like LAPD or something like that. And he was trying to do a demonstration over at his job, so he wanted it to be a realistic demonstration, and he had the cop outfits. So they go as the cops, and it ends up not being a costume party, but a masquerade party. So they feel stupid, and they leave the party together, only to be walking through town and have people in town think that they're real cops. So they start playing with this, and they start going out every night and enjoying the perks of pretending to be cops, and they take it a little bit far, and it does, there is a crime kind of twist into it that comes out. With somebody that, like this mob kind of thing that's going on. It's a little side story, but you gotta have a villain, right? And so that's what they end up doing, and all hell ensues, but hilarious hell ensues as they go through the ups and downs from pretending to be cops. And this movie is just so damn funny. I laughed my ass off from beginning to end. I thought it was really well paced. I thought, like I said, the chemistry between the two leads is amazing because they've had years to work with each other on New Girl, and it was everything I had hoped for and more, because I was hoping it was going to deliver. I really, really was, and I thought it delivered. I saw it with Geeky Pat. Geeky Pat loved it too. He was like, man, that movie could have gone either way, and it came out the right way. And I was like, hell yeah. And I saw it with my wife also, and my wife even said that was way better than I thought it was going to be. And she was really looking forward to it too. She's only seen a couple movies this summer, and that was one that when we saw the trailer, she was like, I want to go see that. So that's why I was like waiting it out for 3 weeks to kind of go see it, because I wanted her to be able to go. It's just so damn funny. I really, really recommend you go check it out. I'm so happy that it's doing really well too. It's made almost $70 million so far just in the US. I think it only cost like $40 million to make, so it's a profitable film. It's still hanging in there at the box office. We were surprised for being out for 3 weeks. Our theater was pretty damn packed for this film, and we saw it on a Saturday night, actually. We went to, 7:30 at night showing, and it was pretty packed for being a movie. I thought it was going to be pretty dead, since I was like, man, we're going 3 weeks later. It's going to be pretty dead in there, and it was actually pretty damn packed, so good stuff, man. Great stuff. Out of 5 stars, I gave Let's Be Cops 4 out of 5. Highly recommend you go check this one out. If you love comedy, and please just watch the trailer, and if you laugh several times at the trailer, you will love this film. Can't recommend it enough. So there you go, my friends, your 2 reviews of the week. Sin City, A Dame to Kill For, 3.5 out of 5 stars. And remember, that half star is just for Eva Green getting naked several times. The movie's okay, though, so it was good. 3.5 out of 5 for Sin City, A Dame to Kill For, and 4 out of 5 for Let's Be Cops. Just truly hilarious. And that's it. So that's your movie reviews. And that pretty much wraps up our summer. Can you believe it? It was just like yesterday we had started the summer movie season, and I was counting down all the big movies of the summer. We're done. We are done. And I think I pretty much saw everything I wanted to on my list, except for Sex Tape. I never got to see Sex Tape with Jason Segel and Cameron Diaz. It wasn't a very big hit either, and that's why I didn't get to see it, because it was out of the theater pretty quick. So a little bummed I didn't get to see that, and I'm sure I'll check it out here soon when it comes out on Blu-ray. But everything else is in the books. So next week's Am I on the Air, I will probably be doing my summer movie countdown. Before the summer movies come out, I do my most anticipated list, and at the end of the summer, I do the full countdown of where everything panned out for the top movies of the year. And we had a lot of good ones this year, man. Transformers: Age of Extinction, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, X-Men: Days of Future Past, Guardians of the Galaxy. There was a lot of good movies this summer. Great comedies, Let's Be Cops, 22 Jump Street, Neighbors. It's going to be fun to kind of lay this all out. And we're going to be doing another Am I Still on the Air? And this time it's going to be a little different. Instead of a spoiler review, we're going to do a Am I Still on the Air with Geeky Pat, and we're going to do a countdown together. He's going to count down his top movies of the summer, and I'm going to count down mine, and we'll lay it all out for you. So looking forward to doing that countdown as well. Alrighty, well, with movie news and reviews out the way, let's get into our general news of the week. And damn it, my stupid spot got lost. I am so not happy with this. Give me just 1 second here. Get my place back. My iPad reset on me and totally lost all of my news information. Let me pull that up real quick. Alright, let's do this. Let's get into 2 weeks worth of news here and get you caught up to speed. Up first, the Gamescom presentation went down last week, and if you want to hear more about Gamescom, I suggest you check out the latest episode of This Week with the Geek, with Geeky Pat. He did a whole episode just on Gamescom, so you can hear more on that. But what I wanted to just shout out real fast was that the winner of the 2014 IGN People's Choice Award is Destiny. Destiny is the game, most anticipated game of the year, and it doesn't surprise me, man. It's the most pre-ordered game of the year for a brand new title. I have it pre-ordered. It comes out September 9th next week, and I cannot wait to play this thing. I'm even contemplating taking the day off from work, but shh, don't tell nobody. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, congratulations to Destiny for being the game of the year, man. That is pretty damn amazing right there. So we all know that a Doctor Strange movie is coming from Marvel, and Scott Derrickson is going to be directing that, and news came out that basically his movie most likely will not be an origin story, and a lot of people are kind of losing their mind over this. They're like, man, this is our first, Doctor Strange movie, how are you not going to do an origin film? Marvel has said that they're kind of at a phase right now where they don't really want to do origin stories anymore. The universe is kind of set up at this point, and they don't really feel the need to have to do origin stories for every character. And if you've seen Captain America: The Winter Soldier, they name drop Stephen Strange in the film. And if they name dropped him like that, that means he's already a somebody in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So he's already probably Doctor Strange at this point. So it makes sense, and what I would hope that they do is kind of like what Man of Steel did. They didn't do a straight-up origin story, but they kind of did some flashbacks and kind of like hinted at things that went down with how he became. And I can see them doing something like that, maybe have him have a nightmare or something, and he kind of has that dream of the accident and all that kind of stuff. So I think that they can do it without having to waste a lot of time on a true origin story. I'm a little disappointed, I have to say. I know a lot of people don't like origins, but I feel like for certain characters we kind of need it. Like, I'm not a big Doctor Strange fan, and I don't know a lot about his background. So this is a character that I would kind of like to see an origin story on. So I'm a little bummed because I would like to learn more, and I think an origin story would have done its job. But, I'm not going to shed a tear if they want to just drop him into this universe already the Sorcerer Supreme. So, yeah. And speaking, since we're already on the topic of Doctor Strange, I have to say we've mentioned this rumor before, but now it's starting to look more realistic as the days go on. It looks like Joaquin Phoenix is in final negotiations to take on the role of Doctor Strange. Supposedly, sources say that the only holdup that's going on right now is Joaquin's afraid that he might not be able to pull this off. Now, most people know, for the last decade pretty much, Joaquin Phoenix has only been doing very low-budget indie-type films. and he's been doing great at them. He gets, Oscar nominations and all kinds of stuff. But, he's afraid of doing a big budget, green screen, that kind of thing. And, of course, being in a Marvel film, he's going to have to sign a multi-picture deal, probably for 5, 6, or 7 films. And he's hesitant on doing that as well. So that is the big holdup here. Supposedly, they've been negotiating with Joaquin since before Comic-Con. The original plan was to announce him as Doctor Strange at Comic-Con, but they just are having a hard time ironing out these details. But we are supposedly getting very close. So we'll hold out and we'll see what happens, but it's looking good so far. They just have to work out a little bit more of the kinks. But it looks like Joaquin Phoenix might be your Doctor Strange. Alrighty. We have an article up. If you're interested, you can click on it and read all the details. I'm not going to waste a full amount of time on it, but we have all the titles, writers, and directors for all of Season 8 of Doctor Who. So for all those episodes, if you're interested on who the writers, directors, and titles are for all the episodes, you can check out that article on our Facebook and Twitter page. Going back to Marvel really quick, it's pretty cool because just when you didn't think it was going to happen, it finally is. Marvel's Ant-Man has begun filming. Yes, it is finally happening, and I'm very happy to, it's something that we're like, is this movie ever going to happen? It comes out in like a year, and but yes, cameras are rolling. They've been filming for about a week and a half now, and, we already saw one picture of Paul Rudd on set, and everybody was tweeting it and posting it and saying, oh my god, look, it's the first picture of Paul Rudd from Ant-Man. And all it was like him standing by a bridge with a hoodie on, and it didn't really give anything away, but it's funny how, we don't know anything about Ant-Man really, so it's like we're grabbing on to like every little piece of info we can, but it's pretty cool. Ant-Man is up and running. Sony Network is doing their own TV show a la Netflix. It's called Powers. And it sounds really cool. I'm excited about it. And they just added Charlotte Copley and Michelle Forbes to the listing there for the TV show. They've been signed on. I like Charlotte. He's, of course, was the main character in District 9. He was the bad guy in Elysium. He was awesome in A-Team. So, pretty cool addition there on that. Keanu Reeves is going to do some TV. Yes, we're seeing all these actors go and do television lately, and Keanu Reeves is next up. He's going to be doing a television series called Rain. So I don't know much more about it, but it's pretty cool. Hopefully it's something good there. We have the second full-length trailer for The Death of Superman Lives, What Happened? And, this documentary is going to be amazing. It's been something I've been following, which feels like for a couple years now. It's a documentary done by director John Schnepp. I really like John. He's a great guy. I've talked to him on Twitter. I'm really contemplating getting him on this show. I want to reach out to him and see if I can get him to come on and talk about this documentary, because I know a lot of people are interested in this thing. It just makes me nervous, man, this is why I miss Nick. I used to do the show with Nick, and Nick always handled all the interviews, because I get very nervous when it comes to interviewing. I'm not the greatest at it, so it makes me a little nervous, but I am thinking about reaching out to John and having him come on to the show and talk about The Death of Superman Lives, What Happened, which was the attempted Superman movie in the late 90s that was going to star Nicolas Cage, directed by Tim Burton. It's going to be amazing, and he's finishing up this documentary, but we have the second full-length trailer available on the Facebook and Twitter page for you to check out. Resident Evil, the final chapter, which is the last film in the Resident Evil series, is officially delayed. You know why? Because Mila Jovovich is pregnant. So congratulations, Mila. She is pregnant. They were just about to start filming this movie, so look at that timing. And now the film's going to have to be pushed back a year because of it. So, next time use protection, Mila, because we need our last Resident Evil movie. We have the second trailer for Fury. Fury is that new tank movie starring Brad Pitt. I know Geeky Pat wants to check it out. I don't know if I'm up for this one, but we'll see. The Rock has confirmed that he is going to be in a Shazam movie. DC, Warner Brothers, they have not confirmed anything yet, but The Rock in a recent interview stated that he is doing a Shazam movie, but he will not reveal who he is yet. He says he actually hasn't even decided. He says the role is up to him whether he wants to be Shazam himself or be Black Adam. And he's just not sure what he wants to do yet. He's not sure, do I want to be the hero or do I want to be the villain? I say he plays both. Come on, man, we got green screen, let's just do it. Rock should be Black Adam and Shazam. It'd be pretty awesome to see him kicking his own ass in this film. But no, seriously, if it does come down to a decision, as cool as it would be to see him be a villain like Black Adam, he's not going to get as much push in this DC universe as he would if he was Shazam. Because if he is Shazam, he could be in Justice League, he can be in all other kinds of DC movies. But if he's just Black Adam, I think it's going to be a one and done, maybe two and done type role for him. So I would prefer to see him as Shazam. But I say he should play both, because that'd be pretty awesome. Just my pick. We have the first trailer for a new movie called Men, Women, and Children. This movie looks weird, man. There's no audio really in this trailer. There's no lines of dialogue. Adam Sandler's in this, and this is a drama. This looks like a heavy drama. Adam Sandler, Jennifer Garner, and it's basically just all about people being sneaky and texting and emailing and sexting and all kinds of stuff, and it's basically putting up that social message of like, how much do you really know people, you know, because you don't know what's going on in the digital side of things. It's pretty crazy, man. I'm not sure when the film comes out, but it's a pretty interesting trailer. I think you should check it out. It's called Men, Women, and Children. We have Everything Wrong with GoldenEye in 14 minutes or less. Yes, the James Bond film starring Pierce Brosnan. Very exciting. Check that out. And a shout out to the People's Forum. I mentioned this earlier with my boy Peeps. You can follow him on Twitter at ForMyPeoples. We did this big history of comic book film series, and we put up, a part every couple weeks. Part one, we did a 4-part episode. I mean, because it was so long. We talked for hours about the history of comic books from A to Z, 1979 to 2014. And, congratulations to Peeps, by the way, who just had his little baby girl just a couple weeks ago. And so he's been a little busy, been a little preoccupied, but he finally got the 4th and final episode up of the history of comic book films. And so please go check that out. You can hear me on there. I'm talking on there with him and our other buddy, Lobster Johnson. You can listen to him with Peeps as we talk about the history of comic book films. If you've listened to the other 3 parts, you definitely got to wrap it up and finish it up with part 4. We did record it before Comic-Con, so the timing of it being released recently is a little off, so it sounds like we're talking about some stuff kind of that has happened already, but hey, it happens sometimes in the podcast world. All I'm saying is it's still a great conversation. You should check out part 4 of the history of comic book films over on the People's Forum, which you can check out on reddragonsradio.com. Alrighty. Let's keep it rockin' and rollin'. The Devil's Advocate. Remember that movie starring Keanu Reeves, Al Pacino? Yep, they're making it a TV show. It's coming to television land, and no set time yet for when it's going to debut or what network it's going to be on, but it has been signed. They're going to shoot a pilot, and we're going to see where it goes from there. But The Devil's Advocate coming to television. We have an article up that you can check out as 10 Easter eggs that you may have missed in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. So you can check that out on the Twitter page. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. This is a movie that Disney's been trying to do for quite some time. It's been held up in a lot of legal issues. Looks like they've finally gotten everything solved, and it looks like they might start filming in 2015 sometime. So that'd be cool. I've actually been looking forward to a 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea film. Josh Boone stakes out Lestat. Remember, I broke the news to you guys maybe on the last episode or the episode before that Universal Pictures had bought the entire rights to the Anne Rice Vampire Chronicles. So they were going to start digging in. They were going to start making movies based on all these books. And they wanted to state for the record that as of right now, they're not planning to remake Interview with a Vampire. Of course, the classic movie with Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt. They said, no, we're not doing Interview with a Vampire. They want to start with Lestat. So look for that sometime soon. Frederick Bond. He has just been signed to be the director for the Olympus Has Fallen sequel, London Has Fallen, that will star Gerard Butler once again. Not too sure about Frederick Frederick Bond. Not too familiar with his work. His name definitely doesn't ring a bell, so yeah. But hey, glad to see a director attached. I loved Olympus Has Fallen, and I'm definitely looking very forward to London Has Fallen. Next up, Sigourney Weaver has joined Liam Neeson and Felicity Jones in a new film called A Monster Calls. So, cool. Back to Ant-Man discussion. Like I said, the film is already filming, and they just added John Slattery, T.I., Judy Greer, and Bobby Cannavale to the cast. So that's cool, adding some great new additions to it. Just to kind of point out, John Slattery, who was Howard Stark in Iron Man 2, is going to be reprising his role as Howard Stark in Ant-Man. So I'm looking probably for some kind of flashback scene with a younger Hank Pym, played by Michael Douglas, chilling with John Slattery to kind of show that connection from Hank with Stark. So pretty cool there. Marvel Studios head Kevin Feige has come out and he's stated how big the demand is right now for a Black Panther and a Captain Marvel film. He says to the fans, don't worry, we've heard your calls, we know you want it, and we're working on doing what's best for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So you have to know that these characters are coming. I believe, I have to feel Black Panther is going to be a part of Phase 3, if not Phase 4, easily. Black Panther's got to be done. They've hinted about him before. We know Captain America's shield is made out of vibranium. Vibranium comes from Wakanda, which is where Black Panther comes from. And if you've seen the picture from Comic-Con, you see that Captain America's shield gets broken in Age of Ultron and Avengers 2. So that leads me to believe that he's going to have to fix it with some more vibranium coming from Wakanda. And some early reports of filming on Avengers 2 states that the film actually opens up with them doing a battle in Wakanda. So who knows, maybe we'll even get a mention or something. I think we're leaning towards it. And even some people are saying that the end credit scene in Avengers 2 will feature Captain Marvel or Miss Marvel in it as well. So there's a lot of things within the next year or so that I think we're going to get a lot more answers to Black Panther and Captain Marvel. Alright, we have the trailer you can watch on our Facebook page for the unauthorized Saved by the Bell story. Yes, this is a Lifetime movie. This is not going to be in theaters. It's a Lifetime film, but check out the trailer because it's pretty horribly bad. Don Pardo, the voice of Saturday Night Live for almost 40 years, passed away on August 19th. So rest in peace to him. He, of course, is the voice you hear. It's Saturday Night Live. Yeah, he's been doing the show since the beginning, and, just died natural causes, old age, and definitely is sad for the SNL family. We have an article up that you can read. I'm not going to get into it for spoiler purposes, of director Francis Lawrence talking about the Hunger Games finale and how Mockingjay, the film, will differ from the book. As you know, there are a lot of differences, one being Effie, who had nothing to do with District 13 in the book series, but she does in the movie, so check that out. I am so happy about this casting. Adrienne Palicki has joined the cast of Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and she will be Mockingbird. I don't know much about Mockingbird, but what I can tell you is I loved me some Adrienne Palicki. And an interesting side bit news of her in comic book stuff is she was Wonder Woman. There was going to be a Wonder Woman TV series on NBC a couple years ago, and she was cast as Wonder Woman. And she did the pilot, and the pilot didn't get picked up. And I'm not shocked by that because I did watch the pilot, and it was horrible. But she was pretty cool as Wonder Woman, and she would have been a great Wonder Woman. I think she should have gotten another chance when it came down to it. I think she would have been cooler for the DC universe than what we got currently. Sorry, gal. But, you've also seen Adrienne in G.I. Joe Retaliation. She was in the Red Dawn remake. So she's awesome, and I'm very happy to see her cast as Mockingbird for Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And some other very exciting and interesting news. Since the last time I did a show and talked to you guys, I started watching The Strain. The Strain is a horror show that's on FX. It's from Guillermo del Toro, and I've been DVRing the show since it debuted, but just haven't had the time to really get into it. And every time I went to watch it, my wife was like, nah, I don't want to see this. So that kind of held me back because I watch most shows with her, and by the time she goes to bed, sometimes I'm just not interested to watch anything. So I finally had an opportunity about a week ago. I said, I'm gonna watch The Strain. Let me check out this pilot and see what's up. And I loved it. Oh my God, it was so good. And then I was like, let me watch another episode. And I watched the second one. Then I watched the third one. Then I watched the fourth one. I crammed through 4 episodes in one night. And this is an hour-long TV show. And then the next night I watched the 5th one. Then I watched the 6th one. Then I watched the 7th one. Finally got caught up. I've even watched last night's episode now. I'm completely 100% caught up. I'm in real time now with all you big Strain fans out there. And I got to tell you, it is my favorite show on television right now. It is so good. It's creepy. It's violent. It's FX, so they can kind of push the limits a little bit when it comes to violence and everything. It is amazing. And what I really love about it is, a lot of people forget that Guillermo did Blade 2. And I love Blade 2. That's my favorite of the Blade series. And if you remember the weird kind of version of the vampires that he had in that film, where they were kind of really white with no hair, and their mouths spread open, and they kind of shot out like a long tongue to kind of suck your blood. That's how these vampires are in The Strain. So every time they come after somebody, I'm thinking like Blade 2, I'm waiting for Blade to just come out with his sword and start chopping motherfuckers up. I mean, it's awesome. But it's so cool to kind of see that connection, because they totally remind me of the vampires from Blade 2. And like I said, man, the show is just incredible. It's intense. It's a great hour of action. And like I said, what I'm really happy to announce now is that FX has renewed The Strain for a season 2. Yes! Most of my damn shows keep getting canceled on me, so I'm happy to see that it's doing that great, and that FX is going to keep it going, because I can't wait to see a second season. They're not even done with the first one, and I'm like, let's move on to the second one. Let's keep it going, baby. So I can't recommend it enough. If you're looking for a new TV show to watch, and you like some horror type stuff, and you like Guillermo del Toro, check out The Strain, man. You will not be disappointed. Alright, moving on. We have a new Honest trailer, and this Honest trailer was hilarious, and it's for Captain America the Winter Soldier. What I loved about this Honest trailer is that they, even in the middle, which I've never seen them do with any other movie, is they stop and they kind of are like, this movie's actually really good. And they're like, we're going to have to nitpick at this thing, because it's so good, we can't even point out all the problems. We're just going to have to nitpick. And so they do, and they nitpick the crap out of it. But then they're like, see, we told you we were going to nitpick. It's just a really funny Honest trailer. They always do a great job, but this one just really knocked it out the park. Some more casting news. Actor Matt Ward has just been signed to play the villain Komodo in the upcoming 3rd season of Arrow. I have some other casting news I'll have to get to on Arrow as well. They keep just adding people to the fray. Another Halloween movie is on the way. Oh, shit. Another Halloween movie is on the way. It's called Halloween: The Next Chapter. And it sounds like they're going to just totally disregard the 2 Rob Zombie films, and they're just going to kind of continue along with the original Halloween films. So there you go. Warner Brothers hopes to make Bradley Cooper an action franchise star with a Mac Bolan movie. He's signed on to do this new role. It's kind of like a Jason Bourne. It's based on a book franchise, and yeah. So he's going to jump into that, and they're hoping to launch, a new franchise thing there for Bradley Cooper. So I think it'll work. Rumor mill on Batman v Superman. Scoot McNairy, who is playing a mystery role in the film, a picture popped up of him on set wearing green CGI socks. He's wearing like a tucked-in, professional shirt with dress pants, but he's got these green CGI socks on. So when the picture leaked, everybody jumped to the conclusion, and a lot of the speculation was that, oh shit, he's going to be the Flash. He's wearing the CGI green socks. They're going to superimpose some real fast feet when he's running. He's going to be the Flash. And I read this, and I was like, okay, Scoot could play the Flash. It'll be pretty interesting. Cool. A couple days later, another article came out saying he's not the Flash, but he's going to be Jimmy Olsen. And at first I was like, okay, Jimmy Olsen, I can kind of see that too, but why the CGI green socks? Well, let me answer that for you. Supposedly, the reason he's wearing the green CGI socks is because Jimmy Olsen got hurt during the Superman Zod battle in Man of Steel. And that a building collapsed and something fell on Jimmy and it crushed his legs. And in the movie, he's going to have prosthetic limbs, for his legs. He's going to have prosthetic, kind of like robotic legs for the bottom half. And that's what they'll superimpose in when the movie's done. An interesting idea. So, after reading that, I'm kind of more inclined to think that he is going to be Jimmy Olsen, a handicap Jimmy Olsen, and that'll be an interesting take, that his legs got hurt in the battle from the first movie. Although I really do hope he ends up being the Flash, because I think he would be better suited as the Flash, and that would be another character that we can get locked in for the future of the Justice League universe. So, take that for what you will. If anything new comes out, of course I'll let you know. But for right now, those are the two rumors for Mr. Scoot McNairy. A lot of people were bummed on this one, but Sigourney Weaver has passed on the female Expendables film. Of course, they were going to do a spin-off of the Expendables called the Expendabelles. That was going to be an all-female version of the team, and they wanted it to be led by Sigourney Weaver. Sylvester Stallone said that she could play his wife, and that probably they could do something like they got a divorce, and the judge awarded all the females of the team to Sigourney Weaver. And, so she launches her own team of the Expendables. But, she says, sorry, I don't want to do it, and I'm out. So it doesn't even look like they even got very far into the negotiation process before she just ended up passing on the project. So that sucks, because that would have been really cool. The pilot episode of Selfie, starring Karen Gillan and John Cho, is online. And if you would like to check it out early before its premiere, you can check out the link that we posted on the Facebook and the Twitter page. We have an article on Josh Brolin talking about taking over for Clive Owen in Sin City. Eva Longoria is going to be guest starring on Brooklyn Nine-Nine for a 3-episode arc. This makes me very excited because I love Brooklyn Nine-Nine and I love me some Eva Longoria. So I'll take her especially for 3 episodes. Oh yeah. So Relativity, the studio Relativity, made a move that makes me scratch my head sometimes. When a movie studio announces, we're going to do a sequel to a film that has not come out yet. The last time this happened was when the Mortal Instruments came out. The studio said, we're already going to start doing part 2. And then the Mortal Instruments bombed, and then they were like, we're going to hold off on doing part 2 and reevaluate. Well, Relativity, 2 weeks ago, came out and said, we've already greenlit The November Man 2, starring Pierce Brosnan. He's coming back. We're going to do a second one. Well, this is another case of where, hey, The November Man came out, and it didn't do all that well. It didn't make very much money this past weekend, and I don't know if they're going to go through with a sequel. So, if they do, it's going to have to be a way smaller budget, and, we'll have to see from there, but it's just kind of odd to me why a studio would make that kind of a jump and announce a sequel to a film before they even wait to see what kind of profit they're going to turn from the first one. You wait at least till your opening weekend is out the way, then announce your project. So, I don't know. It's a very odd thing, but we'll have to see what happens with that. So far, they haven't come out and said that they're not going to do it, but I don't think it's as likely as it was a couple weeks ago. AMC has renewed their TV show Halt and Catch Fire for a second season, starring Ronan the Accuser. Christian Bale, Cate Blanchett, and have joined Andy Serkis's Jungle Book movie. So there's going to be 2 Jungle Book movies coming out, just so you know, because Hollywood loves to do everything in pairs. Deep Impact, Armageddon. Paul Blart, Observe and Report. Volcano, Dante's Peak, Hercules. Hollywood loves to do doubles, and they're going to do 2 Jungle Book films next year, one by Andy Serkis and one by Jon Favreau. So, but the Andy Serkis one just kind of one-upped Jon Favreau there with getting Christian Bale and Cate Blanchett. Showtime has renewed Ray Donovan and Masters of Sex for their next seasons. Very excited about this for the Ray Donovan side of things. I love Ray Donovan. This is one of my favorite TV shows going today, especially on like network pay channels. I love Ray Donovan, and this is Showtime's biggest show going right now. I mean, this is kind of their Dexter moving forward. So, no shocker here that they renewed it. It's doing very, very well. Masters of Sex, I do not watch this show. My wife does, and she really likes it, so I know she's cool. The only thing I'll say for Masters of Sex is that Lizzie Kaplan is in it, and she gets naked quite often on that show. So that's a big thumbs up, and that's probably why it got renewed. But other than that, I'm very happy just to see Ray Donovan get another pickup. Because I love it. Ken Jeong is going to be starring in a WWE Studios film. It's going to be a comedy, and it's going to star him alongside Hulk Hogan and David Hasselhoff. Now, if that doesn't sound like a comedy to you, then I don't know what to tell you. You need to go get a sense of humor, because anything with Ken Jeong, Hulk Hogan, and David Hasselhoff is a damn hit right there waiting to happen in the comedy genre. So keep an eye out for that. We have the first trailer for a new movie called Automata. I don't know how to pronounce it. No one seems to know. But it's a new futuristic sci-fi film starring Antonio Banderas. And it actually looks really, really good. My boy Bryce, he sent me a link to this trailer. It was a Spanish subtitled version of the trailer that got leaked like a day or two before the official one dropped, and he was like, hey, check this out, this looks really cool, and I had never heard of it before. I checked it out and I loved it. It was a really, really cool looking trailer, and then the official trailer dropped and we posted it up, and it looks very, very interesting, and I'm glad to see maybe Antonio will have something big coming on his hands here soon. It reminded me a little bit of iRobot, a little bit of District 9. It looks really, really cool, so check that out. Automata? Something like that. NBC has canceled Working the Angles. This was a new filler comedy show for the down season here. Didn't do very well. It looks stupid as hell too, just so you know. But yeah, NBC has canceled that. We also have an article out, if you're interested, that shows every show that's been renewed or canceled over the summertime. So interested on seeing how that breaks down. Go ahead and check that out. Going back, oh no, this is The Flash now. So The Flash has just signed Greg Finley as Girder. I don't know who the hell Girder is, but he looks like a villain, and it's going to be in the Flash TV show over on CW, so check that out. In an interesting piece of quiz news, just so you know, Pierce Brosnan was officially offered the role of Batman before Michael Keaton did in the Tim Burton film 1989. And Pierce turned it down, and then Michael Keaton got it. Kind of interesting to think that he could have been Batman. But if he would have been Batman, he never would have been James Bond. So put that in your pipe and smoke it. Think about that one for a little bit. You can watch a new extended preview for Gotham right now. Check it out on our Twitter page. American Horror Story Freak Show is going to officially premiere on October 8th. So that is cool. I'm looking forward to that. American Horror Story is always very, very cool. Check out Freak Show on October 8th. We have the first leaked set photo of Henry Cavill in the new Superman outfit from Batman v Superman. It's basically the same outfit from Man of Steel, except they lightened all the colors on it. It's a brighter blue. It's a brighter red. It's not as matted as the first film had the colors. I kind of prefer the way it looked in the first film, because I liked that it was a darker set. But you can see why they're kind of going this route. They kind of want him to be more of that symbol of America and justice. So that's why they went with the brighter colors. But it looks pretty cool. The finale episode of Sons of Anarchy will air on December 9th. That is when the final ride will happen of Sons of Anarchy. Leprechaun Origins director Zach Lipovsky has been hired to direct the Dead Rising movie that's going to be done exclusively for the Crackle network. Crackle is a downloadable website you can go to. It's an app on like the game networks that you can go and watch exclusive content. And they want to get into the Netflix and the Hulu game and do their own shows. So they're going to be doing a Dead Rising movie. I'll check it out. We have the first trailer for a new movie called Outcast. Outcast stars Nicolas Cage and Hayden Christensen. Yes, Anakin Skywalker himself, he's back. I haven't seen Hayden in forever. This trailer looks pretty bad, though. Looks kind of cheesy, kind of a knockoff Lord of the Rings type film. I don't know. We have an article up with Vincent D'Onofrio talking about playing Kingpin in Netflix's Daredevil series, so you can check that out. Director Luc Besson says he has no plans for a Lucy sequel. This makes sense. If you saw Lucy, it didn't really leave it open for a sequel, to be honest. So I'm kind of glad they're not going to. He says the studio is asking him for one, but he's saying at this point, no. He says there's really no reason to do it, and it wouldn't make sense with the storyline from the first, which I totally agree. Evangeline Lilly, she is going to be in the Ant-Man movie. And like I said, they're currently filming, and she revealed a new haircut last week, and her haircut looks quite reminiscent of a little character named Wasp. Now, we've been told that Wasp is not in this film. You know, Wasp was Janet Pym, Hank Pym's wife, and Evangeline Lilly, though, plays Hank Pym's daughter. And I've always speculated from the beginning when she got cast that she would be playing some new version of Wasp. You know, I didn't know if they would change her name, if they would call her actually Wasp, but I figured she would be like a new, younger version of Wasp. And I can totally see them doing it in this film. There's been a lot of backlash for Kevin Feige and the guys over at Marvel for not having Wasp in this film. And it wouldn't make sense because they're going with an older Hank Pym. You can't have a 70-year-old Wasp in the film anyway, because who would want that? So this angle makes more sense if they go with making Evangeline Lilly Wasp in the movie and kind of doing it, you know, for her mom, you know, for her dad, kind of paying respect. So I like the idea of this, and I hope that that's what they're doing. But her haircut is making it feel like, you know, it might be. So we'll see. We'll keep you posted on that if anything comes out confirming. We have the second trailer for Annabelle. Annabelle is the Conjuring spin-off movie based on the doll. You can check out the second trailer for that. Sandra Bullock is going to headline a new movie called Our Brand is Crisis. I don't know much about that. Iron Man 3 director Shane Black is set to direct a new book movie called The Destroyer. It actually sounds pretty cool. If you read the description of The Destroyer, it sounds pretty damn interesting, and I'm excited to see what Iron Man 3 Shane Black does. Shane Black, of course, mostly known for directing Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, which is a favorite of a lot of people in the movie community. Alright, moving on. 4-time Harry Potter director David Yates is set to take on J.K. Rowling's new spin-off film from the world of Harry Potter called Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. So it's pretty cool that they're getting one of the Harry Potter directors back. He'll kind of keep the vision in the same view, so the universes feel tied up. Brian Patrick Wade has joined Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. as Absorbing Man. Yes, you would think they'd come up with a cooler name for him than Absorbing Man, but that's Brian Patrick Wade joining Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 2 as Absorbing Man. Steven Spielberg is working on doing a Minority Report TV series. I like the sounds of this. I loved Minority Report with Tom Cruise, and I'd be very excited to see a TV version of this. We have another new trailer. This one's called Young Ones, starring Nicholas Hoult and Michael Shannon. Another trailer for White Bird in a Blizzard, starring Shailene Woodley and Eva Green. We have Everything Wrong with National Treasure in 13 minutes or less. Hunger Games franchise and the Divergent franchise have landed over on TNT. TNT has bought up the rights to both of these franchises so that they can air all of the movies in them on their channel. Julianne Hough is returning to Dancing with the Stars. She will be a fourth judge on its upcoming season. Love Julianne, she's so hot. Judi Dench joins Benedict Cumberbatch in the BBC's Richard III movie. The BBC chief, speaking of BBC, has stated that he expects to see a female Doctor Who in the very near future. Second official trailer for Nightcrawler, that's the new Jake Gyllenhaal movie. I think this movie looks insane. It looks so good. I'm so excited. It comes out next month. It looks so awesome. In some pretty cool news, Star-Lord himself, Chris Pratt, went over to a hospital last week, dressed up in his Star-Lord outfit, and he went and visited a bunch of sick kids in the hospital, and he cheered them all up, kind of like Make-A-Wish style, but it was a complete surprise, and he just went in there and was visiting all the kids, and it was really awesome, man. It's a super sweet thing to see when these stars do this stuff. Back on the rumor mill, Quentin Tarantino has stated that he wants Jennifer Lawrence to join his new Western film, The Hateful Eight. He's about ready to start filming it. I believe there's 2 females that are part of the 8 in his Hateful Eight, and he wants Jennifer Lawrence to play one of them. So that'd be pretty interesting if that goes down. Netflix's new animated comedy, BoJack Horseman, has just debuted, and Netflix has already renewed it for a second season, so pretty crazy. DreamWorks Animation has shifted back the dates for The Croods 2 and Puss in Boots 2 just a bit. They're still coming out in the same year, but instead of November, they're releasing the films on Christmas Day, 1 year apart. So The Croods 2 will be 2017, and Puss in Boots 2 will be 2018. Taking their sweet-ass time with Puss in Boots, man. It's been too long for a sequel to Puss in Boots. Mark Webb, director of the Spider-Man movies, number 1 and number 2, has stated that he wants to see Mysterio and Kraven in Spider-Man's future. Yahoo! Who's doing? They're the network, I should say, in quotations, because it's not really a network, but they're the ones that revived Community for its 6th and final season. They've been pondering also taking Fox's canceled show Enlisted. If you're a fan of Enlisted, I'm sorry, I got to break the bad news to you. Yahoo is passed, and they will not be bringing Enlisted back. Sorry. Hulu Plus has landed Fox's Sleepy Hollow. So if you want to catch up on Sleepy Hollow, you can exclusively see that over on Hulu Plus. Great show. Can't wait for the second season to start. The currently still going on over at FXX is the Simpsons marathon. Every Simpsons ever marathon. It kicked off what feels like 2 months ago, and it's still going on. It marked FXX's biggest day on record ever since the network launched. The Simpsons marathon has just been killing it for the network and bringing in record ratings, so very, very cool. Fox has released the pilot of its new show, Red Band Society. You can watch that early. We've posted the link over on our Facebook and Twitter page. Andrew Dominic is going to script the remake of Shaolin Temple, and Justin Lin is going to be directing that. Everybody's been wanting a dancing Groot toy ever since Guardians of the Galaxy came out, and it looks like the very first one will be released from Funko, but it does not dance. I need to forewarn you. It is just the baby Groot in the pot. It is a bobblehead, but it does not dance. It is stationary other than the bobblehead portion of it. So, still waiting on one that will actually dance. I hope by Christmas we have it, because that would be the biggest Christmas toy of the year. I guarantee it. Get on it, Marvel. Fox has hired writers to pen Alvin and the Chipmunks 4. Whew, just when you thought we weren't going to get it, here it comes, baby. Matthew McConaughey is in talks for the Randall Flagg role in The Stand. Stephen King's The Stand. They're making a movie version of it, and they are talking with Matthew McConaughey to play Randall Flagg. I don't know much about The Stand, so I'm not sure about this character. I think it's the bad guy in it, but I don't know. Blacklist has booked Paul Rubens, aka Pee Wee Herman, for a multiple episode arc in the second season. Interesting casting, man. The Blacklist is a dark, deep action TV show, and then they signed Pee Wee Herman. I don't know. It's pretty interesting. The BBC's Doctor Who debuted its new season with its new Doctor last weekend, and it was the biggest season launch ratings since 2010. So congratulations there for a big hit on the BBC. Congratulations to Guardians of the Galaxy. It is Marvel's #1 movie of the summer. Yes, it is the biggest film of the summer. It just passed Transformers: Age of Extinction. And on top of that, just today, it broke another record. It is now also officially the biggest film of the year domestically in the United States. So, it was already the biggest movie of the summer. Now it's officially the biggest movie of the year, as it passed Captain America: The Winter Soldier and the Lego Movie. The Lego Movie was the biggest film of the year, I believe at $265 million. Guardians of the Galaxy has now hit $275 million in its domestic total. So congratulations, man. Guardians of the Galaxy, who would have thunk it, that this movie that no one knew who they were, no one had any idea who the Guardians of the Galaxy was. It was an untested property. People were scared to put this movie out. They released it in August. August is a month that people kind of put the end of the year stuff out that they think might not do well in other areas. And it came out, it set records for August. It became the biggest movie of the summer. And now it's the biggest movie of the year. I don't think it'll finish out the year #1. We still have Mockingjay Part 1 for the Hunger Games coming out, and I think that will definitely be the #1 film of the year when everything's said and done. But how amazing is it that Guardians has actually beat Captain America 2, which was people's favorite film of all the Marvel movies besides Avengers. I mean, and some people now say that Guardians is their favorite above and beyond everything. I mean, Captain was a tested franchise, and that just got beat by Guardians of the Galaxy. So, I mean, I can't speak enough on it. I've seen the movie twice. It's amazing, and it really does deserve everything that it's getting. So, very happy for it. Congratulations. Lord Richard Attenborough, who of course was the man in Jurassic Park that said, "Welcome to Jurassic Park." He invented the park, and he's also a director. He directed Gandhi and a lot of other films. He passed away at the age of 90, so definitely rest in peace there. Chloe Grace Moretz says that she feels like she's done playing Hit Girl in the Kick-Ass movies. They asked her, she was doing promotional work for her new movie, If I Stay, and she said, it just doesn't look like we're going to do a third one. The second one didn't do all that great at the box office, and I'm not sure anybody wants to make a third one at this point, so I think that might be it for me playing Hit Girl. A lot of people kind of twisted this article up and kind of came out saying that she was like, oh, I'm done. I'm never going to play this character again. And that's not the vibe that I got. If you really read the article, it looks like she's not against doing it again. She just doesn't feel like they're going to do it again because of how poorly the second movie did. And it makes sense because they asked Aaron Taylor Johnson, who plays Kick-Ass, the same question when he was promoting Godzilla. And he said the same thing. He said, never say never, but the second movie didn't do as good as we hoped, and I don't think we're going to make a third one. So, but if the studio said, hey, let's do this third one and let's wrap out our trilogy, I think that they would both be back, no problem. They both enjoy the franchise, and I just don't like to see people kind of twist things out and make it seem like these actors are coming out saying, like, oh no, I'm not going to do this anymore, I'm over it, or I'm above it. Like, that's not true. That's not what they're saying. So, hopefully we'll get to see Chloe as Hit Girl one more time, because I love the Kick-Ass movies, and I really liked Part 2. It wasn't nearly as good as the first one, but it definitely deserves a third to wrap up its trilogy, I think for sure. The Omen television series is going to be called Damien, and it's already gotten a season order, so that'll be coming out here soon. We have a picture of Hawkeye's new outfit in Avengers Age of Ultron. You can check that out. Lost Girl. This is on the Sci-Fi Channel. This TV show will end after its extended 5th season. Sci-Fi has canceled Lost Girl. Prince is going to be releasing 2 new albums on the same day. So very, very cool. I'm a big Prince fan. I haven't bought one of his albums in a long time because I haven't really liked a lot of the newer stuff he's been putting out. But, he's somebody that, could definitely drop, new albums worth of material. I think one time when he was going by the symbol, he released like 4 albums on the same day. So this is no big deal to Prince. This dude's always recording stuff. But very cool. We have the first trailer for Amityville: The Awakening. I think this trailer looks really good. You can laugh all you want. I like the Amityville movies, and I really like the reboot that they did with Ryan Reynolds several years ago. And this one here looks like it takes place years later. New family moves in. They have like a handicapped kid that's on like life support, and the evil stuff starts happening with the kid on life support, and he starts kind of coming to life. And I thought it was a pretty creepy trailer. I'm looking forward to it. It comes out January 2015. Check out that trailer. In some really cool casting news, Chris Hemsworth, Thor himself, and Charlie Day have joined New Line's Vacation movie. Of course, Vacation is a continuation of like Christmas Vacation with Charlie Chase and Vegas Vacation, all of those movies. Now it's going to be starring Ed Helms, who of course from The Hangover and stuff in The Office. He's going to be playing Rusty, who is Chevy Chase's son, all grown up. He's got his own family now, and he's going on a vacation. And it's going to be all of the hilarity that ensues on their vacation. I love, Charlie Day fits into any comedy, but what I love here is Chris Hemsworth. We've never really seen Chris do a comedy, and I know he wants to be, I've read several articles where he says, I want to do comedies, I want to do some funny stuff, and I think he's going to, one article I read said he was going to play like a TV news reporter. Another one I read said he was going to be playing Rusty's wife's, sister's husband or something like that. Like he's going to be a part of the connected family, and he's going to be kind of like the arrogant asshole type guy. I think it's going to be awesome, man. I'm so excited about this. I think this Vacation, it's cool. It's kind of a reboot, but it's also a sequel at the same time. Chevy Chase is supposed to have a cameo role in it. I think Ed Helms will be a great Rusty, and I like these additions, man. Keep them coming. True Blood ended, and it hit its season finale high. It was the highest ratings for that show ever during its season finale. Let's see here. HBO, along with Martin Scorsese, they're prepping a Shutter Island TV series. I kind of don't care. Shutter Island, I think, is one of the worst films ever made. And I mean it. People can say whatever they want. Everyone loves Leonardo DiCaprio, and everyone loves Martin Scorsese. Hey, I like Martin. Leo's okay. But fucking Shutter Island was an abominable mess. I hated Shutter Island. So of everything to be turned into a TV show, this is not one I want. I believe this is going to be a prequel. It's going to take place years before the film takes place. But this is just something I just could care less about. But hey, you might have loved Shutter Island, and here you go. You're going to get a TV show of it. We have the complete list of the winners. I'm not going to read through this because we're already over an hour here on the show, and I'm trying to get caught up on 2 weeks worth of news. So sorry. If you're interested, go check out the article. Last weekend was the MTV Video Music Awards, and if you'd like to see a list of all the winners, check it out on our Facebook and our Twitter page. We have Everything Wrong with Armageddon in 14 minutes or less. Pretty cool. We have the new extended Gone Girl TV spot. Looking very forward to this movie. This is going to be so good. It was a great TV spot. So usually don't post TV spots, but this was a really good extended one, so that's why I posted it. Have the Honest trailer for Ghostbusters. Check that out. It's really cool. Have the new trailer for a new horror movie coming out called The Pyramid. Amazon has purchased Twitch for $970 million. Damn! If you don't know, Twitch is a streaming network that a lot of people stream game stuff, gameplay. Like if I'm on my PlayStation, I can stream live to Twitch what I'm playing, and you can get on, you can watch me play. It's an interesting thing. You can live stream on Twitch. Amazon bought it for $970 million, and they say that they're not going to touch it. They say they don't want to mess with it. They're not going to, fix what's not broken, and they just wanted to acquire it. So, hey, that's cool with me. Jeremy Renner has come out and stated that it looks like Hawkeye is probably going to appear in Captain America 3. This is cool. This makes me happy because he should have been in part 2, to be honest with you. And I think the early version of the script had him in a role for part 2, but then the script just kind of got too bloated. There's too many characters in it, and they ended up taking Jeremy off. But it looks like he's going to have a decent-sized role in part 3, which has knocked a lot of people's speculation that Hawkeye was going to die in Avengers 2, because obviously he survives if he's going to be in Captain America 3. Just saying. We've had some other rumors for Doctor Strange, and it feels weird reporting on them now because of knowing that Joaquin Phoenix is in final negotiations. But I'll just run them down real quick. In the last couple weeks, we've had rumors that Daniel Radcliffe, yes, Harry Potter himself, has met for Doctor Strange. Maybe he was meeting for a different character in the film, but that he had a meeting with Marvel. And also Jack Huston. Jack Huston is on Boardwalk Empire. He plays the man with half a face or something like that. I don't watch Boardwalk Empire, but supposedly he was in the running to play Doctor Strange. He looks like he'd be pretty decent. I don't know enough about him, but those were two other names floating around for Doctor Strange that just kind of seem silly now. We also have, and I feel bad not going over the list here, but once again, it's another long list of winners, and I don't want to waste anybody's time on the show since we have gone over an hour already. But if you're interested, the Emmys were last Monday, and we have the full list, of course, of all the Emmy winners. Breaking Bad was a big breakout win. Of course, Modern Family won a bunch in the comedy series. So if you would like to check out all the winners in the Emmys, check out that list on our Facebook and Twitter page. ABC has also released the first episode of its new TV show called Forever, and you can check out that premiere on our page. We have a new poster for The Flash, which looks really cool. It's kind of the city, and you just see the streaks blaring through, and it makes out to be the lightning bolt with the Flash running. It's pretty cool. There's a lot of people who have been doing this ALS Ice Bucket Challenge and calling people out and this and that, and it's been kind of silly. It looks like it's finally dying down. But I did post one video because it was pretty awesome. Henry Cavill and Amy Adams on the set of Batman v Superman did the Ice Bucket Challenge in costume. Henry Cavill did it in the Superman outfit, and not only did he take 1 or 2 or 3, he took 6 buckets of ice water over his head, as truly only Superman would do. So it's a great Ice Bucket Challenge with Superman. Check that out. We have the new trailer for The Interview, starring James Franco and Seth Rogen. It's pretty much the same trailer that we had before. It's just kind of been revised because the release date is now in December and not October. So I think they added 1 or 2 new scenes in, but overall it's pretty much the same trailer you saw before. But we got the new one up for you all. Arnold Schwarzenegger's new film, Maggie, has sold to Lionsgate. So that's cool. They were looking for a distributor, and Lionsgate picked it up. This is a new zombie film starring him with Abigail Breslin. Abigail Breslin plays his daughter, and she gets infected by a zombie, and she's basically changing, and he's trying to take care of her as she's becoming this, flesh-eating zombie. IMAX has decided to release Fox's Maze Runner. The Maze Runner comes out here in a couple weeks, I believe on September 19th. It wasn't going to be an IMAX, but they decided to pick it up and reformat it for that, so pretty cool. They are working on a Full House TV revival. Wow. Say what? Cut it out. So if you're a fan of Full House, it looks like it may be coming back, so we'll keep you posted on that. Pretty Little Liars killed off a major character in its summer finale. Not going to get into it. Spoiler alert. I don't watch the show anyway, but you could check out. I guess it was a pretty big deal, so you could check out that article if you're interested. Let's see here. We got our first look at Lucy Lawless in Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It's not very much of anything other than a picture of her face. The Netflix has come out and talked about their Marvel series that they're doing. You know, they're filming Daredevil right now. They're going to do Jessica Jones. They're going to do Iron Fist. And they're going to do Luke Cage. And then at the end, they're going to do like their own Avengers team up called the Defenders. Netflix has come out and discussed that basically to reiterate one more time that their TV shows do live in the same cinematic universe that the movies do, so that there is potential to see those TV characters from the Netflix shows cross over with like a Thor or, you know, Captain America down the road in the future. So just to reiterate that it is the same universe. Transformers Age of Extinction is going to be debuting on DVD and Blu-ray September 30th. Aw, yeah. Breaking Bad's complete series Blu-ray barrel has returned. This was a limited edition thing that came out last year. It's a barrel. If you watch the show, I'm sure you know why. And inside the barrel is every season of the TV show, along with some special collector's items. Well, the barrel for some reason got pulled off. It wasn't being sold anymore, and now they've redone it, and it's been released again. So now you can check it out. Go ahead and pre-order and buy it on Amazon. Mike Epps is officially playing Richard Pryor in the Lee Daniels biopic film. So congratulations there to Mike Epps landing that role. The directors of Captain America: The Winter Soldier, they used to direct Community. For a lot of people didn't know that. Joe and Anthony Russo. But they're coming back, and they're gonna actually direct the season 6 premiere. So that's really, really cool of them. Tom Hanks is back as Robert Langdon in Dan Brown's Inferno, set to start shooting on April 2015. This, of course, is the third part of the series that they've been doing with the Da Vinci Code, and they did Angels and Demons. This is number 3. It's called Inferno. I didn't think it was going to happen, but they pulled it out. So there you go, Tom Hanks back. We have the new trailer for the Showtime TV show The Affair. Check it out. But from what I've heard, don't check it out because it gives away too much. It's a really cool show, and you don't want to waste everything on the trailer. Got the new poster for The Judge, starring Robert Downey Jr. Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy has also crossed the $500 million mark worldwide. Very, very cool. We've released 6 new posters for the Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1. This is the Resistance posters. We have another new trailer for a movie called Exist, which basically revolves around Bigfoot. Saw is going to slash back into theaters this Halloween. Yes, for 1 week only, Lionsgate is putting Saw back into theaters. Halloween week. It's going to be the first movie, and it's going to be celebrating the 10th anniversary since the first film came out. Pretty cool. Hulu is going to start showing Star's TV show Party Down, and there's a rumor they might even be doing new episodes. So very cool. I kind of got into the show, but then not really. So, I don't know, maybe I'll give it another whirl, but it was kind of cool. Captain America director hints that the end may be near for Chris Evans' character in Captain America 3. I think they're doing this for shock value. I don't see anything happening to Cap in Part 3, because we still got Avengers 3 after that, and we gotta have Chris Evans in Avengers 3, because that's when we're going to go after Thanos and the Infinity Gauntlet. So come on now, You can kill him off maybe in Avengers 3, or kill him off in Cap 4, but I don't think we're going to do it beforehand. But hey, they say something big is going to happen. We'll wait and see what that is. We're going to be getting a Looney Tunes movie, and it's going to be set in the Acme factory, and it's going to be starring Steve Carell. And from what I'm reading on this, is going to be a mix of live action along with CG, kind of like a la Who Framed Roger Rabbit style. So if that's the case, I would love to see this with Steve Carell. Zach Galifianakis is heading to FX. He's going to be doing a new comedy series called Baskets that's co-created by Louis C.K. So that'll be interesting. Robert Downey Jr. actually came out in an article last week saying that he went and saw Guardians, and he feels Guardians of the Galaxy is the best Marvel film yet. So hey, you've heard it from Robert Downey himself. We have the new trailer for Seventh Son. This is the new film starring Jeff Bridges. it looks okay. The thing about this film is that this was supposed to come out in 2013, then it was pushed to 2014, then it was pushed to the end of 2014, and now it comes out in February 2015. Something is wrong here that has been pushed back this far, but hey. We have everything wrong with Toy Story in 10 minutes or less. Very cute. Next up, and I'm a little saddened by this, but it looks like they're going to be doing a reboot of the Underworld franchise. Now, the article goes on to state that they're not sure yet with the term reboot of where they're taking this. They might relaunch this franchise completely, or they may continue down the road in the same universe and just kind of, continue on with new characters that we haven't seen in the previous 4 films. I hope they just continue on. There's really no reason to do a complete reboot. The last Underworld movie was like 2 years ago. Hollywood's getting way too quick to jump the gun on these things, because not only was the last movie like 2 years ago, it was also the biggest movie of the franchise. So if anything, they should be doing a 5th movie with Kate Beckinsale, as far as I'm concerned. But if they want to go reboot way, do it with, bring Kate Beckinsale back and have her maybe, have a daughter or son or something that will carry on the legacy, and you can follow the franchise with them moving forward. I hope they don't reboot. They've already put 4 movies of mythology down. Let's just continue it. But we'll let you know what kind of develops on that. But they are working on that for the Underworld franchise. Rila Fukushima. She was in The Wolverine. She was his bodyguard. She's replacing Devon Aoki as Katana on the CW's Arrow. So there's another villain coming to Arrow. Sons of Anarchy's Charlie Hunnam is set to play King Arthur in Guy Ritchie's reboot. Congratulations to Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. They tied the knot and officially are married now. Martin Scorsese is attached to direct the Ramones biopic film. Captain America 3 will start shooting in April of 2015, and that the title should be released here very soon. We have the new poster for American Horror Story Freak Show. It's a pretty cool poster. Definitely fits the Freak Show vibe. In some sad news, Joan Rivers is hospitalized in New York City. This actually happened on about 4 days ago, and she's still in the hospital as of today. She was getting a throat surgery done, and she stopped breathing mid-surgery. So very, very sad. But, everybody's remaining hopeful, and we'll keep you posted. So hopefully she pulls through. A Robin Williams biopic is also in the works. I believe this might actually be a book, not a pic. I do apologize. A&E's Longmire has been canceled, so that is going bye-bye. Netflix is going to be paying $2 million an episode to air The Blacklist. So they picked up the rights to The Blacklist. It was the #1 show of the new shows last season, and Netflix is willing to pony up the money to get to show this amazing. I love The Blacklist. So good. James Spader. It's awesome. And so you can start watching The Blacklist on Netflix here pretty soon. We have a listing that you can go through if you're looking for a full breakdown. We have the Everything Guide to the new fall TV season, including all the premiere dates that have been announced so far. So you can go through and check out when all your favorite shows are going to be announced. Star Wars Episode 7 is back in production as of now. Of course, they were halted there for a couple months. They took a little break because of Harrison Ford. He broke his leg on set. So they took a little break, and he's back in action. Everything's good to go, so they have resumed filming. Ben Kingsley says he would like another shot to be the Mandarin if they do another Iron Man movie. He says he has an idea on the table of how to make that work and bring it back. So that'd be interesting to see, but who knows? We have the new trailer for Foxcatcher. That, of course, stars Steve Carell and Channing Tatum. Will Forte has given us an update on MacGruber 2. He wants to make MacGruber 2. They're working on the script right now, but the studio has not greenlit it, and they probably won't. This looks like a movie that will probably end up needing to be kickstarted and fan-funded, because the first movie is kind of a cult classic, but it didn't make enough money to actually be considered by a studio to make a sequel to. Even if they can make it cheap, I still don't think a studio would want to do it. So this looks like it will have to be fan funded. But Will Forte definitely wants to do it, and he's working with one of the guys from The Lonely Island who did the first film, and then they're making a script, and then they'll go from there. How to Train Your Dragon 2 comes to Blu-ray and DVD in November. Jesse Eisenberg describes playing a complicated and challenging Lex Luthor in Batman v Superman. He says that they're going a very unique way for the role in the new film. Marvel's Agent Carter has enlisted Enver Kojav and Chad Michael Murray for the TV show. I'm sorry, I know I butchered the hell out of that guy's name, but honestly, I have no clue how to pronounce it. Enver, E-N-V-E-R. Last name is G-J-O-K-A-G. Kokav. I don't know. But hey, him and Chad Michael Murray have been enlisted as major characters for Marvel's Agent Carter. Avengers 2 and Godzilla actress Elizabeth Olsen is up for the female lead in the King Arthur movie. This movie is really kind of gaining all full steam ahead. We know Idris Elba is already signed. Looks like Charlie Hunnam is going to be King Arthur. And now they're looking for Elizabeth Olsen. I love Elizabeth Olsen, so I'll take her in it. We have a new trailer for You're Not You, based on the best-selling book. It's also about ALS. So it stars Hilary Swank and Emmy Rossum with Josh Duhamel. Sci-Fi Channel has canceled the Will Wheaton talk show, so I'm sorry, Will. Amy Gumanik, she will wield Cupid's bow on Arrow. So see, I'm telling you, a lot of casting here for Arrow and S.H.I.E.L.D. and Flash, and they're adding a lot of characters. The directors of the Lego Movie and 22 Jump Street and 21 Jump Street, Phil Lord and Chris Miller, they are going to reboot The Greatest American Hero for a new TV show. This makes me very happy. Growing up, I loved The Greatest American Hero. It was such a cool TV show. A guy becomes a superhero, but he's kind of bumbling and he's nerdy. And if anyone could really bring this to life with new pizzazz, it's Phil Lord and Chris Miller. These guys are hilarious, and everything they touch is magic. So this is definitely the kind of name that I like to see attached to something like The Greatest American Hero. Very, very cool. Liam Neeson. This is actually really, really cool. As we all know, Liam Neeson played Ra's al Ghul in Batman Begins. He also popped up in The Dark Knight Rises. Now, if you watch Arrow, Arrow has been hinting that Ra's al Ghul is coming soon. Well, Liam Neeson caught wind of this, and he said he is totally down and would love to come play a part on Arrow to reprise his role as Ra's al Ghul. How amazing is that? That this badass actor, Liam Neeson, would be willing to come to a CW TV show and play a character he did in a major motion picture. That's pretty amazing. I don't even think CW people would have ever even thought to reach out and ask Liam Neeson. I mean, I wouldn't. I would never even think in a million years that Liam Neeson would want to do our little CW TV show. But he says, hey, I would love to do it in a heartbeat. So I don't know if he's more of a fan of the show or if he's just a fan of playing Ra's al Ghul, but he's totally down. I think at this point, these directors and producers should be reading this and reaching out to anybody they need to get this done. Because I would love to see Liam Neeson show up on Arrow. That's for damn sure. Alright, moving on. It looks like Amazon might be reviving The Tick TV show with Patrick Warburton. Yes, Patrick Warburton did this show a long time ago based on a little cartoon. There's a little superhero called The Tick. I think the TV show lasted maybe one season on Fox, but Amazon's looking to revive it. This is not 100% confirmed, but it's looking pretty good. So, keep you posted on that. But it looks like we may be getting The Tick back. 3 new Doctor Who specials are now on Netflix. Fez the Well Doctor, The Time of the Doctor, and The Day of the Doctor are all available to stream on Netflix now. PlayStation 4 is finally getting theme support. That's pretty cool. It's about damn time, man. I'm so sick of looking at that generic-ass blue screen on the PlayStation. And Sleepy Hollow returns for its new second season on September 22nd. And remember, if you want to get caught up on the first season, you can do that on Hulu Plus. Hulu Plus. And our last little piece of news here are 3 actors. And of course, oh, there we go. 3 actors that are possibly in the running to replace, oh my god, I'm totally spacing his name now. Kurt Russell. Oh my god, I can't believe I forgot that. So Kurt Russell, of course, he played Snake Plissken in Escape from New York. He also did Escape from L.A. They're going to be doing a remake, and these 3 actors are in the running. Number 1, Charlie Hunnam, who we just talked about getting signed for King Arthur. He's going to be, he's on Sons of Anarchy. He was in Pacific Rim. He's up for the running. The Walking Dead's John Bernthal. And lastly, Dan Stevens. He is on Downton Abbey, and he'll also be in the new Liam Neeson film, A Walk Among the Tombstones. I don't know much about Dan Stevens, so I can't really comment on him being it. John Bernthal is actually a really cool actor, and I can maybe see him doing it, but I don't know. I'm not sold on it. And Charlie Hunnam, I'm not sold on this dude whatsoever, and I hate to see that I keep seeing his name pop up for all of these roles. So, I don't know. I just don't understand it, and I don't see why he's doing it. So yeah, I mean, Charlie Hunnam, I don't think he's that great of an actor, to be honest with you, and was completely horrible in Pacific Rim, and I do not see him being even half as cool as Kurt Russell in the original. So you know what? I hope that they keep working on this, because I'm not sold on any of these 3 guys, and it makes me a little sad and a little worried that these are the 3 big names coming out, out here for the Escape from New York remake, because a remake to Escape from New York could actually be really, really cool. But you need a better actor than these 3. That's all I'm saying. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry, my throat is starting to hurt. We're going to blaze through the end here. Like I said, 2 weeks worth of news. There's a lot to drop, so we're an hour and a half into the show. Let me just go ahead. That's the end of the news, so I'm glad I got you caught up to speed. Let's go down into our releases of the week. Out on DVD and Blu-ray tomorrow is going to be Draft Day. Draft Day starring Kevin Costner will be released tomorrow. In theaters on Friday will be No Good Deed, starring Idris Elba, and Dolphin Tale 2. Needless to say, I will not be going to the movies this weekend, because I will see neither of those. Your box office top 10. Coming in number 10 is The Expendables 3 with $3.5 million. Number 9 is The 100-Foot Journey with $4.6 million. Number 8 is The Giver with $5.2 million. Number 7 is When the Game Stands Tall, $5.6 million. Number 6 is The November Man, $7.6 million. Number 5 is Let's Be Cops, $8.2 million. Number 4 is As Above, So Below, $8.3 million. I might actually go see that this weekend, so maybe I will have a review for you next time. I don't know. I do want to see As Above, So Below. Was supposed to see it this past weekend, but my brother-in-law fucked it up, so blame him. Number 3 is If I Stay, $9.2 million. Number 2 is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with $11.7 million. And number 1, once again, it's Guardians of the Galaxy with $16.3 million and a total take of $274.6 million domestically. Pretty damn amazing right there. Like I said, congratulations. Guardians of the Galaxy was number 1 for 2 weeks straight. Then it became number 2. Then it went back to number 1. Then it was number 1 again. So it's just been killing it. And with nothing really big coming out in the next several weeks, Guardians can just keep trucking along and trucking along and trucking along. Who knows what this film's going to top out at? It's pretty amazing just to say. Yeah, biggest movie domestically, biggest film of the summer. It's been pretty great stuff. All right, well, let's wrap it up with our shout-outs here. Shout-out to the affiliates, RedDragonsRadio.com Go to reddragonsradio.com. You can check out Am I on the Air? You can check out Pro Wrestling Nation. You can check out This Week with the Geek. You can check out the People's Forum. You can check out Out of the Riffs. You can check out Am I Still on the Air? You can check out Inside the Ropes. There's a lot of stuff for you to listen over on reddragonsradio.com. And of course, follow on Twitter at reddragonsradio so you always know when new episodes drop, see what our schedule is. It's awesome. Download, rate, and subscribe to us on iTunes, because that's where you need to go for all the good stuff, is iTunes. Please, list a little rating. Just take a second here, give us a rating, leave a little comment. It really, really helps me out, because it raises our awareness, it gets us higher up in the charts, and more people will find us. If you like the show and you appreciate what I do every week, just help spread the word. I really do appreciate it. So that iTunes really helps it out when you subscribe and you rate it. Okay? Of course, follow us on Twitter at Am I on the Air. You can follow me on Twitter at DXDonMega. You can bookmark our official website. It's amiontheair.com, and that's where you can listen to the show, listen to the Am I Still on the Air. You can look at movie reviews. You can look at the box office stuff. You can watch trailers. It's a great website. Check it out. Please like us on Facebook. You can always get all this news posted right to your wall all the time. Am I on the Air on Facebook? Give us a like. It's facebook.com/amiontheair. If you want to listen to us on the go, Stitcher is the way to go. Stitcher Radio. You can listen to us. Just bookmark the show. Give us a thumbs up. And all new episodes will immediately be in your bucket right after we post it. And I think that'll do it. Thank you so much for joining me on this Labor Day. See, even on a holiday, I didn't go to work today, but you know what? I'm here working for you as your host, bringing you Am I on the Air? Big hour-and-a-half episode. Thank you so much for tuning in, checking out all the news and reviews and clues, and we'll catch you next time for the summer movie wrap-up. See how all the movies came out in our top 10s, and look out for that next Am I on the Air special as well, where I'll get with Geeky Pat and we'll count down our top films of the summer. So till next time, my name is Don Mega, and we'll catch you on the flip side. Peace. Red Dragon!